Jason Krstanoski, General Manager of Network Operations at Transgrid.
And Jason, it's just on 5 o'clock here in Broken Hill in the far west, and obviously many residents woke up early this morning to no power. Can you just tell us what the latest is? There was obviously a storm that went through yesterday afternoon. What do you know more about the impact and what the situation is?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to apologise to the community for the power outage, and I want to thank everybody for their patience. And I'd also like to remind everyone to please keep a safe distance from any fallen power lines. So what we know is we've got a large transmission line which runs from Buronga to Broken Hill. It's about 250 kilometres long, and during the storm last night, a section of that fell over. So about 7 towers are on the ground. While that's out of service for the next few weeks while we repair it, we've got backup generation at Broken Hill that's feeding the town of Broken Hill and the surrounding areas that get supplied from Broken Hill. There has been some outages throughout the day. Some of that's while we're trying to get the backup generators working at their full capacity, and some of that's been because there's been other outages in the area as well due to ongoing severe weather.
So that section, I think you said 7 pylons, is that correct?
Yeah, correct. 7 towers, yes.
And how long is that stretch?
It's a couple of kilometres. We haven't been able to get right across it because of the bad weather and that as well. But it's a good 2 or 3 weeks worth of work for us because we need to do some engineering assessments and get the materials in and get it rebuilt.
So new materials that need to be brought in, or whole new pylons?
Yes, but we have some good supplies and we've got some good staff as well that can be deployed to site quite quickly. So logistically, we're in good shape in terms of resources, but it does take time to engineer and assess the ground and how we can rebuild it and reconnect it. So materials, that we're in good shape for that at the moment.
Now, I can only imagine what it would cost to run diesel generators for a few weeks. This must be an expense.
It is an expense that we would rather not have, but our priority is keeping the lights on for customers, so that's what we're focusing on.
How much are you estimating running diesel generators is going to cost for the next few weeks?
It really is too early to tell. I could come back to you on that, but it's a bit early to tell for that.
And in terms of, is Transgrid guaranteeing the supply of, say, Woolworths and Coles, and obviously they're essentials, but I mean, some places in Broken Hill and the Far West would have their own generators. So is Transgrid going to continue to supply these businesses that have their own power support?
All customers are important to us, and the priority is to have all customers energised and supplied. But we do have to work closely with Essential Energy to see what we can do and what we can supply through the next 2 or 3 weeks while the power lines are out. So we take all things into account. The criticality of different customers, but everyone's important. So the priority is to have everybody on.
These actual towers, how old are they that got blown over?
Yeah, so they're significant. They're around 45 years old, roughly. The ones that have fallen over. Yeah.
Is that a part of the reason they have fallen over?
No, the reason really was the storm. So they were. So really, it was the severe weather. So they were fit for purpose.
And I understand the impact of this is quite broad. Like, can you just detail the area, I guess, the map?
Yeah, so we supply the Broken Hill substation area, and then from there outwards, the local distributor, who's Essential Energy, supply further downstream to connected customers. And so the geographical area is quite extensive. It's the Broken Hill and all the surrounding communities up to the northwest.
And I understand that there is, there's a battery in town, but this might not be a part of Transgrid. Do you have anything to do with that battery that's in town?
It's not something we own, but we're looking at all options to try and keep the power supply on.
So who are you talking to regarding that battery?
We're talking to the battery owners and all other customers in the area that can supply power or also need to use power as well. So we're talking to all of our connection points to help with the situation.
And have you called in extra staff at all to help with these down power lines?
Yes, absolutely. So we've redirected staff from areas that were working on projects in nearby areas. So we've got a good amount of staff that have moved into the area. Some have flown into Adelaide and driven across. Others have come from the east as well. So we have good resourcing. We've got good rostering so that people can work 24/7 around the clock to get our customers back on.
And so, coming from Sydney, Brisbane, is that kind of the reach of the staff that are coming in to help?
We've got staff all across New South Wales. We've also got a lot of project work in the south of New South Wales, so we had a lot of staff there. It's a combination of internal staff and contracted workforces, and both the contractors and the internal staff have been deployed to go and help with this restoration.
Have you had experience of this kind of event happening before for Transgrid? I know that there was, storms in Victoria a few years ago, I believe. Have you had a lot of experience with this kind of issue?
Yeah, it does happen from time to time on transmission networks, and it has happened for us before too.
Yeah. Any new learnings or new kind of situations that you're discovering for the first time?
Nothing for the first time, but we've got our priorities, which is the safety of the public and our personnel. So looking after people and serving our customers. So that's our main priority, and pulling all measures we can to move quickly on that. We've got a lot of support from the local distributor. We've got a lot of support from state government, emergency services, other emergency agencies. So it's a good routine that we're following.
Jason, I really appreciate your time. Was there anything else that you wanted to say before we finish this the interview?
Oh, look, just sincerely, I apologise to the community for the power outage, and I do thank them for the patience. And just another reminder to please keep a safe distance away from any fallen power lines. Thank you.